Hello everyone, welcome to this video. We're in a bit of a different backdrop. Decided to jazz it up and move some furniture around. Not sure about this lighting. I have that side window over here, but I'm trying to do a bit of fill with my reflector. We'll see how this looks once I put it up on the computer. But this is just a kind of a quick casual update about my wardrobe. You know, I keep talking about my wardrobe and my closet and what clothes I have and how it frustrates me, how there's nothing to wear, but I got tons of stuff, and you know the story. I've been going on and on about this for ages now, but last weekend, no, this week, or I guess it's last week by the time you probably see this, I did a big clear out. And I mean, I took out all of my clothes, winter and summer, and I got rid of about 35% to possibly 40% of my clothing. Shoes not included. Let's not talk about shoes. Well, I love all my shoes anyway, so I'll probably never get rid of any of them. I think I got rid of 3 pairs of shoes. But the clothes. I've always talked about this idea of, wouldn't it be great if we could dress for joy and dress for pleasure versus just dressing for convenience? Or, I'm going to wear these because these don't get dirty. Now, I understand if you have a job that requires you to wear certain things, like if you work in a hospital or a lab, you need to wear a lab coat or scrubs, or if you work outdoors a lot, you need to wear certain types of clothing. That's a different thing. But for your own everyday life, wouldn't it be great if we just wore things that looked good on us, but also made us feel great? And you know, I've struggled with wearing things I like for a long time. Obviously, growing up, Mom had most of the say in what I wore. She picked out a lot of my clothes. She bought a lot of clothes for me. And sometimes, you know, I'm sure I had experimental phases when I was young, but sometimes her idea of what was cute or good or nice differ a bit from my own style. And it wasn't until much older now that I really began to commit to my own personal aesthetic and my clothing choices, of course, as well. What usually happens when I try to clear out my stuff is I clear it out and I bring over to my mom, because I usually let her have a sift through. Is there anything that she wants to keep, that she likes, or that we can donate? We should do that together. And she almost always talks me back into keeping some of the items I threw out. It's I don't know, it's a mom thing. And she goes, well, this one is still perfectly nice, honey, and I think it looks great on you. Even though I know as soon as I hang it back in my closet, it's just a space killer. And if I had anything else to wear, I would not wear that item of clothing. But yet, I always take it back. So this time around, I was so committed because I was really tired of just opening my closet, only finding a couple of pieces that I like to wear, but everything else not making me feel good, right? So I literally, can't even lift this up. I literally cleared out like 35% of my closet. I mean, this is just part of the bin right here. And I told her, I brought it over to her and I said, Mom, have a look. I'm going to sort this out, but you cannot convince me to take anything back. That is I've already taken out of my closet. And right now, I gotta put away some winter clothes and do some washing of the winter stuff, which, by the way, so many winter things are dry clean only. And I'm wondering, what if I don't want to dry clean? Like, what did people do with their clothes before kind of public dry cleaning existed? Did they just not wash their clothes? Or what? I don't know. I gotta figure out this dry clean business for a lot of my winter gear. But I'm gonna put away the winter gear, and I have so much more space now in my closet that I'm really excited about it. Now, I know that there's this whole big trend right now about minimalism and kind of living with less and having a capsule wardrobe. I've mentioned this to you before, and you guys gave some great thoughts. But I don't think I'm ready to commit to anything like that yet. Nor do I think I'm really a minimalist. I like the idea of having a curated, beautiful wardrobe of things to wear, but I don't want to be so limiting for myself in terms of a capsule wardrobe. Although, oh, I forget her name now, Her channel is Mademoiselle. You know her. I mentioned her. She's Australian. She's one of my favorite, let's say, style bloggers. She recently moved from a capsule wardrobe to a fluid capsule wardrobe, which is very interesting. I'll link her video on that below if you want to check it out. But that might appeal to me, but either way, I need to go and fill up my closet again with some great clothes. My schedule has shifted a bit in the past month, and so I will have a little bit more time to go back and work on some sewing. I recently bought a beautiful sewing book, which FYI, let me know if you would like a video on my sewing book collection. I'd be happy to do that for you. I know there's a lot out there, and I hum and ha over which one to buy, but I do have a few good ones. I recently bought another one from Colette, and she's got some beautiful vintage inspired patterns in there. I'm really excited to sew up. And I bought some really brilliant fabric as well the other day. I dress sew on, my Friday afternoons. That's where I go. I go hang out downtown by the fabric shop. That's my life. So that's all very exciting. I definitely need some more summer gear. This past winter, I've accumulated some beautiful knitwear, and I've been loving those, but right now it's no longer the season for knitwear, right? Sweaters gotta go, coats gotta go. I need some, nice breezy summer options. So this brings me to thought number 2. Shopping is hard, but also the idea of what I may like in terms of the way that it looks does not necessarily mean it looks good on me. And this is a struggle I've had with people who are fashion icons or fashion advisors, and they tell you wear what you want, it's your body, or something like that. Similar things with makeup, actually. And I always like to think that there's 2 sides to this. If you want to dress dress as an artist fully for expression's sake, wear what you want, right? If you want to dress in a way that is a combination of expressing yourself, expressing your ideals, expressing the person that you want to grow into even, but also in a way that flatters you, I think that's really ideal. Like, that's what I'm trying to go for. For example, I think empire waist clothes look so good on some people, but on me, not happening, because I have a larger upper half. That's not working, and I had to just come to the realization that that's not going to work. Different types of silhouettes will work better on me. So I really don't understand this idea of people say there are no rules in fashion. Well, there aren't, but there are. If you really want to dress a way that flatters your body shape. And you can bring in elements that express your personal style without completely, going wild. And it's just finding that balance. So I'm excited that I got rid of so much stuff in my wardrobe. I'm excited I don't have to look at the things that I will probably not wear and that don't bring me pleasure anymore in my life. So, and I'm super excited, of course, to put in new things, and I can't wait to see what I find or what I can make up to add to my closet. So I want to hear about what you've been doing with your wardrobe. I think this is the time of year where most people switch out their switch out their winter clothes in lieu of summer clothes. Unless, of course, you're out in the southern hemisphere, in which you'll be taking out your summer clothes and switching in your winter clothes. Either way, love to hear what's been your current experience with your clothes. Do you love everything in your wardrobe? Like, do you dress for pleasure, or do you dress for convenience? And of course, way too often we fall into dressing for convenience, but I'm really trying to find that middle point. And as well, I want to hear what you think about the idea of fashion having no rules. You know what I mean? Like I said, I see it as a 2-parter, depending on where you are in your life and what you want and what you do. But I think finding clothes that both flatter and express is really the best medium. Last thing I want to mention is that there's this whole thing going on, and it's not new anymore. It was new, maybe last year, a book called, what is it called? Something, The Magic of Tidying Up, the KonMari Method for Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. And I have the book on hold from the library because the library is the best place to try something out if you're not sure about buying it or not. So that's on hold. I might just have a look through it. I don't think I'll be that committed to it, but I'm interested to see kind of her method to organization. So excited about that. Love to hear your thoughts and comments about overhauling your wardrobe, and I will see you next time in the next video, hopefully with some new clothes to share. Alright, take care. Bye.